All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We have a fantastic race coming up for you tonight. Gammachuu versus Breve here. This is going to be game 2. Gammachuu has already taken game 1, so he's going to be looking to close it out. With me on comms is going to be Fear Agent. Fear Agent, how are you doing tonight?
Doing excellent. Ready to see some rando.
Yeah, so this is going to be, as always, it's going to be standard hard item pool. So we're going to be seeing that obligatory opening sequence and hopefully a little bit tighter of an end.
Yeah, it's fun. I like standard. Standard's a lot of fun. You get 5.5, 6 minutes of straight execution. So love the shout out from Gammachuu. Always appreciate that. The only weapon I don't really want to see in when we're doing escape, at least when I'm playing, is Cane of Burna. It's just the slowest.
Yeah, Cane of Burna is slow. It's sort of, it's a little more finicky than bombs, because at least bombs you can sort of be consistent with.
You can be consistent with Burna too,
right? I mean,
yeah,
you can be consistent with Burna. It's slow. You waste all your magic,
and you can't farm with Burna. That's another problem. So if you get bombs, you got bombs for the back. You're good to go. I think people are overestimate how difficult it is to do with bombs. And once you get it down, doing bomb escape is
it's one of those things that's hard to just pull out of your pocket. But
totally,
it looks like we're gonna be getting into it. Looks like Gammachuu is gonna be a little bit ahead here. Hopefully, we'll get this sync issue sorted out as we get into it. But we do find the lamp right away. That's a vanilla lamp.
Yeah, and early check for the maps, I saw a pendant in Hera there. So early lamp is always nice. The double
it's
map
just
check from
a number of question marks that it sort of takes off the table.
Yeah, you never want to see a double map check, and in the first 40 seconds we already see it from Gamma. So all right, so what are we gonna get from old uncle here today? Bo's a nice
that's
start.
Not bad. Yeah, since it's bow is kind of a surprisingly powerful item. Like it stays pretty relevant offensively throughout the entire game. And Moon Pearl. So this is a pretty front loaded so far.
Yeah, lamp, bow, Moon Pearl, first 3 items, not bad. Yeah, it's with Eastern Arena Crystal, and we already have the lamp. You might see the runners just save and quit after escape and head over and do Eastern right away, because you get those 3 items for Kakariko, and you also get the Saha Hut items. So, you're hoping to get like maybe a flute or a bottle or whatever before you do Kakariko.
Right. And there's rarely anything that you're gonna find in Kakariko that's gonna make Eastern Palace that much more attractive. The only thing really would be boots, hookshot a little bit, but it's...
Yeah, I mean, you find boots in Kakariko and you don't do it right away, then you always you're kicking yourself a little bit. But I mean, that's randomizer, right? You got to make some plays.
Yeah, I would say going straight to Eastern is a fairly decent call at this stage.
Yeah, I don't know which one would be right. Obviously, we'll find out after we get all the information. I'm kind of a fan of putting off the dungeons until you get like your Sphere 1 checks kind of out of the way, because you're always going to do Kakariko. You're never going to skip Kakariko. But again, you might find a flute in Eastern and make a trip, makes one less trip to Kakariko possible too. So it's randomizer. You gotta make some choices.
Yeah, I would say the potential cost of going Eastern first is it's not too dire.
Yeah.
So
yep,
it would be reasonable.
But you could also get like Darkworld access and Kakariko and a mirror and do Pod Eastern together too. So it's I mean, this is why we love and play this game and watch this game, is these little choices that you make that you don't have all the information to make, and hope they go right. pretty standard opening so far. I haven't been paying attention to any farming though. Okay, so you're not going to get bombs from the
guards or the snakes,
or the ropes.
Yeah. So I've heard tell that it's okay. Snakes share it with the guards, and so the rats have another one, but nobody ever mentions the bats.
The
Are they
bats,
the same as the rats?
I don't even know if the bats actually do any drops.
Well, either way, if we don't see any bombs by the end of Escape, or the boots in Dark Cross, we're gonna have to be coming back here later with the gloves. Well, actually, I guess they would be in Logic right away because we do have the lamp. And I guess in Standard, it gives you the light cone anyway.
Yeah, the bats don't do drops. They're in the price pack 0, so they don't give any drops at all. So this group that they're in, Group AE, this is a stacked group. There's no easy opponent in this group. Gamma being the number 1, Illis being the number 2, Scoople being the number 3, and Breve being the number 4. That's really 4 really strong runners. And they are paying attention to their packs here and not wasting any time trying to farm up any bombs from the rats. Or excuse me, the ropes. So it started out really hype.
Well, looks like I'm not up on my prize packs, but I'm not sure about that full magic drop. Well, maybe there would be bombs if I saw a red rupee, but
luckily there is a page that has all of the prize packs, and the full magic drop is the magic pack, so that you're not going to get any bombs in there.
All right, yeah, because I know there's one that just has all of the good stuff.
Yeah, that one starts with the hearts. So there's 3 packs you can get bombs from. It's heart start, small magic start, and then obviously the bomb start.
And there are the bombs, just a little bit too late. Looks like Breve is going for the instant save and quit. I would imagine Gamma is going straight into Kakariko here. So just what you were saying, Breve opting for the early Eastern Palace play.
Yeah, each of these routes are defensible. Like, there's no right route until we have perfect information.
Yeah, I mean, the Eastern Palace play wouldn't be worth it if it weren't for Sahas's Closet here.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that's such an easy 3 checks that it makes up for the fact that you kind of have to go all the way to one side of the map.
Yeah. Gamma is going to pick up a 20 just to make sure he's got money for bottle vendor there.
Yeah, which is another reason to maybe do this one first, to go to Eastern first, is that was a little skimpy on the rupees.
Yeah.
So now by the time Breve's getting to Kakariko, almost no chance he's going to be wanting for any rupees.
Do you get the hammer out of Saha's Closet, which is nice, which might be Gamma's Dark World access. You know, there might be a glove here in Kakariko, so be interesting to see how this all routes out. All right, so we're going to get 3 items out of Eastern Palace, but most importantly, we'll get that first crystal. Gamma going to give us a lot of checks here quickly in Kakariko. 5 being the first in blind set.
And the flukes.
Well, there you go. Like the real reason you wanted to get Eastern and maybe even South Shore before you do Kakariko is hopefully you get the flute, so when you come to Kakariko you don't have to make a second trip. Well, the flute being in Kakariko makes, again, in retrospect, this route work out a little bit better for Gamma. I mean, it's not going to make or break a race, but it's definitely a time save.
Yeah, I mean, the real important decisions are really going to be coming after both runners have sort of completed this opening section. And there'll be slight differences between each path, but they're both going to get all of these checks first. Right.
Yeah, you're not gonna win or lose this race here in the first 10 minutes unless you skip something and then don't get it later. But you know, Brev is gonna definitely do Kakariko next.
Right. Nothing Brev finds in Eastern Palace is gonna stop him from going to Kakariko, and nothing Gammachuu finds in Kakariko is gonna lead him any further away from Eastern Palace.
Right.
Eastern Palace is an obvious first dungeon play.
Yeah. Like I said, just a slight edge getting that flute here first, you know, makes travel that much faster. And it is a race, trying to go as fast as you can go. So, is there a guaranteed item here? Or I haven't been counting the items.
Yeah, we're gonna have to look to our tracker hopefully for that. I suppose, yeah, I don't know if we've seen map or compass, but we have seen the big key for sure.
Yep, for sure.
Ah, so all the dungeon items. So we still have 2 items left.
Second 20.
Yeah, not a lot of exciting items. There's a couple. We have that really nice blinds hideout with the flute and the cane of Samaria.
The Gamma might give us a blind check of the race game, but with that flute, he's not going to do that. Just going to walk over and, flute away. See if he checks Agina's cave. I kind of like checking Agina's cave when you have early flute coming to Kakariko, but he says no, he's just going to go to the dam. Again, getting all these Sphere 1 checks out of the way is always nice before you start doing dungeons, because I mean, the chances that you skip South Shore is slim to none.
Yeah, I actually played a seed earlier today where I ended up skipping the South Shore, just because of such a wealth of items I got. I was like, you know, I can hit South Shore later, but that's exceedingly rare. It's always fun to see something where you don't go right to the South Shore, which is why I do appreciate this play from Brev. Of course, Dam ended up holding the mitts, so I was like, oh, well, maybe I should have kept going. But that's how it goes. It's always a safe play to do exactly what Gamma's doing here.
Yeah, totally.
There's never a situation really where it's going to really bite you to do what Gamma's doing.
Alright, so Brev missing the quick kill on Armos Knights, but covering nicely so far. And we're going to take a look at 5 more items here. Nothing in Kakariko, just
that 300's nice. That 300 from Armos is not something Brev is unhappy to see at this stage in the game.
And an empty mini Moldorm cave. So with that Moon Pearl in hand, and the flute, I don't think we're going to see Gamma do any fake flippering.
Yeah, going straight up to the mountain here, doing at very least this side. Can't do much more unless we see the hookshot in the mirror.
I'm pretty sure he's not going to go check the mountain. He's just going to rescue the old man.
Yeah, it makes sense. Get a save and quit spot.
Yeah. And Brev is still putting off Kakariko, going to take advantage of trying to hope to find that flute before heading into Kakariko. Unfortunately, flute is just sitting there in Kakariko. Maybe we find a bottle before there. That could be it. That could make a difference. Ooh, there's our
glove on old man. That's a really nice nice payoff there.
Yeah, now I wonder if Gamma even goes to Eastern. He might just flute away and do Eastern with
Eastern
pod
later,
maybe.
yeah. After checking. Actually, it looks like he's
Makes-
going straight to Eastern, and then he's
Yeah.
gonna hit Saha on the way out. So
Yeah, this also makes sense though, because
no harm, no foul, because you know
Yeah.
that the hammer isn't really doing you any good anyway.
yeah, and the
and-
glove actually gives you the faster path into Eastern Palace too. So
Right, and it's not. It's really nice. It feels really good to combo pod and Eastern, but you don't have to spend too much time trying to do it before it's not worth it anymore.
yeah. Yeah, no, this routing makes sense. Doing Saha after Eastern is faster. Walking out of Saha is just slow. So since he's got that flute, since he got that glove, he can just walk straight up to Eastern, finish it. It is a crystal, and then flew
Then
away
he's
from
gonna be getting
Saha.
his hammer.
After.
And where do you suppose you go after you find that hammer? You've got your Dark World access. Do you just start straight in on that South Dark World?
I've played with Gamma a lot. I think he either does. I think he goes pod or hype to pod. That's my guess.
Yeah, because the other option would be northwest.
Yeah.
And I kind of like northwest. Like just I kind of like starting there. Not for any particular reason. I just kind of like how easy Thievestown is to do most of the time.
Yeah.
And then I go there, and both Thievestown and Skullwoods are pendants. So
Right. I hate the Village of Outcast and like the Smith Chain area. I know it's like fast checks, but
they're deceptively slow, actually.
Yeah.
It feels faster than it really is, because you end up doing all of them. You feel like you're getting them sort of fast, but by the end of it, you're like, oh, where did all that time go?
Yeah. It's also one of those areas that benefits from having like mitts and a mirror when you go there to make things a bit quicker, but
Yeah.
we'll see. Gamma doesn't like to start at Hype Cave, but I think the fact that he's got the bow, hammer, he'll have the hammer and the mirror making pod fully clearable might incentivize him to start at Hype Cave, because you can get those 5 checks and then possibly head over to pod if it's a crystal.
Right. Or even if it's a pendant, because if it's a pendant, then you know there's something good in there.
That's probably, yeah. All right, the classic 16-minute Kakariko check.
Classic. You see it every time.
It's just unfortunate for Brev that the flute is in Kakariko, because again, this is just a little bit slower than the way Gamma's going to be routing it.
Yeah,
and again,
you know,
this is perfect information. What he did perfectly made sense, and you know can work out a lot of times. So
yeah, you know, in this situation, when you've got your Dark World access, I kind of feel like the best play is to start with the Hype Cave entrance, because between Hype Cave, if pod isn't a crystal, then you can at least knock out some of those checks to the left, which has the added benefit of making Smith Chain a little more flexible later on, because you don't have to worry about wrapping the dig game K45 in this case into it. And you know, a surprising number of times you can actually end up finding your second glove upgrade and go straight into the village,
right,
which always feels good. But if you don't, you know, no harm, no foul. You just go do something else. Interesting use of the Cane of Samaria there on those wiggly boys.
Yeah, that was nice. So Gamma gonna get his $300. You know what I like about this seed is it's not giving us clear direction on where to go.
You know what I like about this seed is we haven't seen a sword yet, and it's basically we haven't noticed. Like, I just realized that he did that because he didn't have the sword.
Yeah, totally.
That just goes to show how adaptable both of these runners really are. You don't even notice they don't have the game's main ability.
So there's lots of different options for Gamma once he gets his hammer and Brev as he comes out of Kakariko too. He is going to need to go do Uncle, but I imagine he does that pretty soon.
No, we've already... Yeah, this is a standard start, so Uncle's already taken care of.
No, I meant Old Man.
Old Man, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I realized right before you said that, you probably mean Old Man.
Yeah.
He's everybody's uncle, really.
Yeah, totally. Somebody's uncle, right? He's got to be somebody's uncle. All right, so the question is, where is Gamma gonna go? Is he gonna go Hype Cave? I know he likes to go to 4 or go to 3 and go. Oh, he's
going here. He didn't do ice Hype Cave here.
He's being thorough. We actually might see a
it's not going to get
here.
any faster, really.
Yeah, totally.
Or probably a water walk, honestly.
Yeah, he might just flute and do like waterfall fairy.
It's kind of a toss-up whether or not we see Hobo here. If you, well, he's not setting up the water walk. Interesting. So he's probably gonna.
Well, he would need boots to. He would need boots.
Oh, right, no boots. Yeah. I know I should never play rando the day that I commentate because I was playing a casual boot seat earlier.
Wow, this is a little surprising. He's being very. He does not want to leave anything in the Sphere 1 checks. So he's even checking Agina before heading into the Dark World. So
he's not looking this gift horse in the mouth.
Yeah, this is Gamma being very thorough, which I don't see a lot of. He just does not want to get burnt by skipping one of these Sphere 1 checks before heading into the Dark World. I understand it.
And it's kind of working out. It's thinking that, okay, well, you were handed that flute, you were handed the hammer, right when you needed it. You sort of don't have much to lose by knocking those out as well.
Yeah. Oh, we haven't even seen the back of Escape yet. I totally forgot. This also actually plays into that Agina check, because it's usually faster just to save and quit out of Agina than walk out of it, even when you've got the flute. So knowing that he's going to save and quit needs to save and quit at some point, checking Agina there makes a lot of sense.
Right, and given that sort of our next, our big major progression point here is the mitts.
Oh, there's that sword.
Without the mitts, that Agina check is kind of, that's the sort of the when you'd like to come back to that once you have the mitts. Same with the mountain. You don't want to commit up the mountain too much. We'll see if Brev ends up checking the left side. But just getting the old man here is probably good enough, especially when he gets the glove from it.
Yeah, I'm not familiar enough with Brev to know if he's going to check the top of Paradox. Gamma would never do that. He is going to go to Hype Cave. We see pendants at Swamp and at Turtle Rock with a 5/6 pod. This makes me think he's going to do pod after the Hype Cave check.
Yeah, and Brev is going up the mountain, obviously, because of having that hammer in hand. Hammer and mirror allows him to get all of those Light World checks.
He doesn't have a mirror.
No mirror. I don't know why I thought we had mirror, but either way,
he did make it though. That was scary there for a second.
Yeah, that was he was pretty low there. Hype Cave, Bombos, Book. Okay, Bombos and Book. It's an interesting Hype Cave.
Interesting's a great word. I wouldn't call it hype, but it's stuff. So
it's potentially very impactful, potentially very useless.
Yeah, we might need that Bombos. We might need that book. We don't know. So it's hard to say whether how truly hype that is. But
and obviously it's not really going to change Gamma's route at all, because straight over to pod it is.
Yeah, this makes sense. Already done Eastern. I got that crystal there. Finish off pod. Get one of your 5/6 crystals. Actually, I think is that both the 5/6 crystals. So could even do Pyramid Fairy after this. And then you're done with the pod Eastern area completely, unless you need to get the green pendant. But
yeah, it would be really handy if we end up finding like Hookshot in here or something, and you could grab Catfish and be totally done over here. And just have the left-hand side of the map.
So Swamp and TR being pendants is really interesting. As long as we don't have to clear those, you don't need Ice Rod. Don't need Flippers. Yeah.
Flippers are still logically required for Ice Palace, but with the right layout, these runners could end up not finding it if it's in a really bad location. For example, Flippers on Ped, you could skip that.
Sure. Yeah, this is one of those seeds where you hope to never find flippers.
Then again, flippers on PED wouldn't ever happen because of
right,
swamp
because it would be
but...
dependent. But being flippers being in GT, oh no, that can't even be possible either. But flippers being somewhere stupid is totally fine because you never get sucked into swamp if you don't need to. If it comes down to trying to figure out like which pendant dungeon do I need to get to my go mode item, sort of thing.
Yeah. Now that being said, just between Swamp Palace and Turtle Rock, that's a good what is that, 11 checks?
Yeah, that's a lot.
So without flippers and without fire rod, there's not a whole lot that's logically available in either of them anyway. So you can sort of rest easy until those items show up.
Right.
Mirror too.
Yeah, and Ice Red Hunt is like one of the worst parts of the game, so not having to do that is always potentially nice.
Yeah, and the Ice Rod Hunt is most likely off the table because there's, again, only one check two checks that are the Ice Rod is required for, in this case, Ped and Trinex.
Single rupee there on the pyramid. Not crazy about checking the pyramid here when you got Eastern and Pod being in your 5-6. You combine that with the pyramid
the pyramid fairy. Yeah, checking that first is kind of questionable in my mind. Especially since they're full clearable and there's, again, nothing really you could possibly find on pyramid that's gonna make this any better.
This is a pretty bad pod as far as layouts go, having to check the vanilla big key chest. It could still just be a small key, but
you kind of have to check it at this point.
Yeah. Once you hit those 4 guaranteed smalls, you got to check that just in case it's the big key or an item or something.
Yeah, so for those who are unfamiliar with pod key logic, one of the rules of thumb or things to remember is there are 4 in the front half of pod. There are always going to be 4 small keys. There have to be. There could be as many as 6, but only 2 items can be things that aren't small keys.
Yep. Uh-oh, Gamma. You have to go back in the door with that red beetle just hanging out there at the bottom there.
And one of the things you do like to see is in a pod like this is you like to see, the big key on the bow locked side, because that sort of gives you the freedom to just go straight to the boss and clean up the rest of it later. It wouldn't make that much difference this early, but say you were doing this dungeon later, then that can really be nice if you're looking one or 2 items from go mode and you hit it on the way. There we go. There's our big key.
Shout outs to our tracker today, Sorcerer Finch. Also asking the question: is it possible that mirror is not needed this seed? With Swamp being a pendant, there's a definite possibility that we don't ever find or need the mirror.
We will need to find the hook shot.
Yes.
In order to make well, I guess Tower of Hair is a well, I mean, we will need one of those.
The hook shot
to
get.
Sure.
Yeah, you need the hook shot to get across GT mini Moldorm 2.
Right, but we might have hookshot in GT. Well, yeah, we might have hookshot in GT if we do find mirror. But if this is a no mirror seed, then we do have to find hookshot before GT.
Or vice versa. Yeah. Gamma's not a hover. Oh, and the fire rod, that is nice.
That's everybody's favorite rod.
Gamma's not a hover. I'm not sure about breve. So definitely we'll need the hookshot to finish the seed.
That was an excellent death warp setup too, by the way. Given that we haven't found the mirror, it's something that a lot of less experienced runners easily forget. They end up opening that chest and they're like, oh shoot, I killed all of the Helmasaur or all the Dodongos in there, and now I need to kill myself with like 5 bombs.
Yeah.
It's especially insulting if you pull a mail upgrade out of there.
So both of our runners here in pod, and it's going to work out for both of them getting that fire rod before going over to Skullwoods.
Oh,
So
for sure.
Do Skullwoods right away.
Yeah, I'd almost imagine, you know, you take that portal, you just do Skullwoods.
Yeah,
just do it from back to front.
Yeah.
If you find the mirror, that would be great because then you could check ped. But it's a little hopeful at this point.
I'm trying to think what could be on ped at this point because so we're looking for mitts.
Mitts can't be on ped.
Mitts and possibly the boots.
Mitts can't be on ped because they're required to enter Turtle Rock.
No, I'm just thinking about what we need for Go-Boat at this point.
It really the only thing I could think of is we might need Ether for Misery Mire.
Sure, yeah. As far as ped goes, yeah. I'm just trying to think as far as like the item layouts that we have. You know, do need hookshot.
Desert Palace might be boots locked.
Yeah, it might be boots locked, but we can do Skullwoods. We can do, once we find mitts, we can do Ice Palace. Yeah, so definitely hookshot, mitts, and possibly boots. So nice Helma fight from Gamma there.
There's a good pattern there. Sometimes he likes to go hard on the strafes. And the ice rod.
The ice rod. Both rods here in GT. And in pot. I don't know why I thought you said GT. So the only difference, so both of our runners here in pod, Gamma finishing up just a little bit faster. And I think the main difference has been that early flute from Gamma. Just able to make his checks a little bit quicker, a little bit more efficient. That's really been the difference so far. Nice death warp from Brev there.
Yeah, not as nice as Gamma's though, unfortunately. Ends up having to go back into the maze.
He did hammer you up, so he...
yeah, so I guess that was pretty good then.
All right, so Gamma fluting over to 3, going to enter the Dark World here, and I imagine, again, heading straight up into Skullwoods, and then we'll see a Thieves Town clear from there.
Yeah, we didn't see that early Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah, I mean, it's
isn't too bad here, because if we and it's 2 checks, and if we go here, Gamma didn't check the pyramid yet either. So, you know, you go do the dungeon first.
Yes.
Work your way down through the Dark World around, you know, and wrap back up around, and then you're in pretty good shape. Assuming you don't find the mitts along the way, in which case you kind of just head to Ice Palace, really. Yeah,
that's the thing is, you might be able to route it in, or you might not ever have to do it at all. So, from here, from Skullwoods, he's just gonna route south and kind of take his way over to the pyramid if he doesn't find anything. But I imagine we're gonna find something here in the next couple dungeon checks, I would think.
Yeah. The one thing I would expect is once we find the mitts, I'd actually probably expect to see a Mire check in fairly short order, because with 2 out of 3 medallions, you want to know as soon as possible if you've got to find that last ether.
Yeah, unfortunately, no way to get into Mire, really, even if we have the medallion for it, without the boots or the hookshot yet. So
right, but knowing that you have to look for that can really sort of affect your routing. How much you say you end up in the Village of Outcasts area. I don't know if that'll happen really in this seed. I don't know if there's much opportunity for that, but you know, whether or not you decide to commit to a Smith chain play, if you know you're looking for a medallion too, it could be more worth it. There's the boots, so there's actually one of everybody's favorite items.
Yeah, it's working out really well.
Yeah, this is just seeing one of those seeds where, you know, Gamma's playing it pretty much just textbook and it's just working out.
Now this fight here is not trivial.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially with no magic.
Yeah, no magic. Fighter sword. He is pulling out the hammer. This does tempered sword damage, but you know, pretty small hitbox and not the easiest to do. Gamma's gonna show us why he's a pro.
Yeah, still on green mail, so not a lot of health in. That was
about as clean as you can get with the hammer there.
And it looks a little bit lucky. Like, oh, it's like, oh, he got good patterns, and it's like, well, he did, but you know, the better you are, the more you can make bad patterns look good. And to me, that boss always gives me bad patterns. So, and I'm pretty sure that's just because my brain isn't as big as Gamma's.
Yeah. So he gets both items there in the back, which means doesn't have to do any checks in the front.
That is an ice cream sundae. It's just so good.
And Brev going out of his way to check Spike Cave here. It's interesting check, see if it pays off.
Doesn't pay off. It's one of his one of his mails, I think, at this point.
Yeah, mail, or maybe the other bow, maybe.
Yeah, it could be the other bow.
So again, we're gonna check what's on Bumper Ledge and then head into Village of Outcast. Probably check Sea House and then head right into Thieves Town from there.
That's honestly, Bumper Cave Ledge is one of my least favorite checks.
Yeah.
It's just in an awkward position in relation to everything else. It's like 2 screen transitions away from anything.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not on the way anywhere unless you come out of Skull Woods on like the northern side. Even then, you have to do another. Yeah, it's just inconvenient, but you can't just leave it.
Yeah, totally. All right, boot some bombs there in the Sea House. And we're gonna take a look here at what's in Thieves. No, he's gonna check. I think maybe checking for a sword. Getting Master Sword going into Thieves Town is always nice. I can't really think of anything that would make Thieves Town easier than a sword here.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting. There's a little bit ever since Quick Swap sort of became the standard. There's a little bit of a Village of Outcast routing that I kind of appreciated. Is, you know, you check Thieves Town after doing, you know, C-shaped house, treasure shop, and then the brewery hut, because then you already have menu to your bombs, which is the first item you need in Thieves Town. I always kind of appreciated that. It's not really so much of a big deal anymore. Another thing here is what Gamma's doing here is going this way through the room. A lot of people will go down, over, and then back up, and with the extra screen transitions, even though it's a shorter Euclidean distance, it takes more time.
Yeah. So unfortunately for Brev, he's checking out the front of Skullwoods. This is not going to work out. So bleeding time to Gamma that he doesn't really have to bleed right now. Oh, that hand is never convenient. You want it to come and it takes its time, and then it's in your face when you're pulling a statue or something.
I think Gamma trying to get that fairy wouldn't cooperate. Finally decides to give up.
It's only 4.5 hearts going through the Hellway. Can be a bit scary. Again, only on fighter sword, so gonna use that hammer to its advantage. Doesn't get the god pixel, but nice couple of dashes through there. Makes it look easy.
Yeah, going through there with no damage is better than going through there fast.
Totally. So what do you think is our next progression piece is going to be? Is it going to be the mitts, maybe a hook shot or mirror?
I'd expect hookshot or mirror. We'd like to see the mitts, just because that's going to open up dungeons that we want to see. But I'm expecting to see something that gives us access to the right side of Death Mountain.
If there's a mod in here, maybe we can get a one of those question things.
Oh yeah, what are they called? It's Twitch gambling, basically.
Yeah, Twitch gambling. What's the progression going to be? Mitts or hook shot / mirror?
Prediction. That's the one.
So I do think it's either going to be the mitts or it's going to be mountain progression. So small key locked away. Shoutouts to Kachiri. Thanks for getting that prediction going for us.
Two bosses go down simultaneously on each side of our screen.
Nice
Another
fight.
green 20.
All right, I'm going to put 10,000 channel points on the mitts there.
Yeah, see, I'm going with mitts too. Yeah, I think it's going to be hook or mirror, but you know, I got to put the money on mitts.
Yeah. All right, nothing in Village of Outcast for us. Brev going to pick up his boots here and then just kind of follow in Gamma's footsteps. I think the hard part now is figuring out a way for Brev to make up some time on Gamma because they're kind of just following each other the same path. So. All right, digging away. Are guaranteed to find a spot within 30 digs, which is nice compared to the actual vanilla game.
There's our last medallion.
Yeah, don't have to worry about medallions today. It was a lot of digs.
Yeah, it's a slow dig game, but again, that's a check you can't just skip. So if it's slow for one, it's going to be slow for both of them.
So here's what we were talking about earlier: is Gamma did Skull Woods to Thieves Town, hasn't found any true progression, and is now going to be able to route in Pyramid Fairy here, and then all the way up to Catfish if he doesn't find anything here. So this is working out really well.
Yeah, really, the only potential combination with Catfish that would leave would be a bunch of stuff we can't get anyway because it's locked behind bits or mirror.
So Gammachoo's sprite is okay. I'm not familiar with Pokemon at all. It's whatever before Pikachu is.
Oh, Pichu.
Oh, it's Pichu as Link. There you go. Thank you.
Everybody loves Pichu.
I know so little about Pokemon. It's
okay. So first it's Alpha Chew, and then it's Beta Chew, and then that evolves into Gamma Chew.
Nice. You think we're gonna find something here? I think there's gonna be something here.
No, I think it's on Catfish.
We still don't have a bottle.
Yeah, no bottle.
Bombs. Cheese. So we're down to Catfish. This is the last check, right? Is there anything else?
Hobo?
Zora.
I mean, Hobo's out of logic. Yeah, Zora is
in logic. Yeah. Oh, we got that book. Desert is
Desert
fully
Palace
clearable too. Yeah. So we really are just looking for mitts and a way across the mountain. If it's the mirror, it's going to be unfortunate for our runners because, at least Gamma needs that hook shot to get across. I'm not sure about Brev and his hovering ability. Catfish, what do you got? Nada. Desert it is.
Yeah, I mean, it could be on Zora, but Desert just makes way too much sense right here.
No, yeah, it's fully clearable, and oh, we got to check Bonk Rocks.
Bonk Rocks, yeah, it's a good call. I was thinking of Bonk Rocks earlier, and I had forgotten all about it by that point. Something that can happen to you while you're running your races.
Yeah, totally.
You're thinking about something you're going to do next, and then completely forget about it because you decided to do something else.
I'm a little surprised he's doing Bonk Rocks over Desert, but
ooh, and with that, you fly to Kakariko and turn that into Sick Kid.
I think you might check out Lumberjack here. Yeah, can't do Aga yet, but
it's kind of interesting to check it, given that we can't do Aga.
But he's never. I mean,
if you are doing Bonk Rocks, then this is the only time you're going to be able to check this.
Yeah, totally.
Ah, Master Sword.
Oh man!
And
it's, boy,
that's very interesting. Because we do need another sword upgrade. If Cape shows up, I think that might be like because that.
No, you're never. I mean, there's 4 swords.
Right, but.
So okay,
what
so
if the other 2 swords are on the tablets.
I mean, that's. There's just no way. There's no way.
There is a way. There's only one way, but it's.
I mean, it's possible, but it's highly unlikely.
Right. You could end up with
so let's say you full clear GT, end up with a cape. I think at that point you do Aga.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of all depends on what's on those tablets, really, and where the other swords are. Because if the tablets have something like mitts, and the mitts are locking the other 2 swords somehow, which is not nearly as impossible as them being on both tablets, then it's in the back of your mind. It's not something you're planning around, but
I think that Lumberjack sword is actually the gold sword in the sea.
Yeah, probably.
I think they're gonna get tempered before.
And given that this is a hard item pool, gold sword doesn't exist.
Yeah. It would still show up, but as soon as you picked it up, it turns into a green 20. Which is always interesting when you see silvers lying on the ground in this seed as well, or in this mode. Was that the first item, those 10 arrows? I think so, right?
Yes, it was. First check was big key. There's a small key on the torch map on that first chest, and 10 arrows.
I mean, we're running out of spots here, so it's gonna be something here soon.
Right, but at the very least, you're getting this dungeon clear.
Yep.
And this was a good one to put off because if the mitts show up, then mitts and mirror show up, and then you can do this, but you can afford to put it off until this point. The other thing that's kind of unfortunate for Breve is when Breve is funneled into Desert Palace, Breve's also going to have to spend a little bit of time to go look at Hagina, which you already did earlier.
Yep. Yeah, Breve did check Spec Rock, so
Gamma did not, but
Gamma didn't,
probably gonna check Zora beforehand, honestly.
Yeah, I think he does Zora because you get the waterfall checks too.
Yeah, and combining it with the fake flippers or the water walk, you are getting those checks are not in logic, but this could be a seed where the flippers can be logically skipped, or not logically, but
can be skipped without having to actually do it. Yeah. So yeah, this will be hook shot for go mode if they find the Titan's mitts first.
Yeah, so to clear up any confusion, for the way that the hard item pool works is every item is placed as normal, but every item after a specific
progression.
after you've reached the threshold of how many you're allowed to get, the remainder to become green 20s. So it's a certain number of heart containers. Mirror. Oh, that's a little spooky.
You should have believed in it. You should have believed in it. I lost those 10,000 points. You said it was going to be the mirror, and you put your points on the mitts
Right.
there.
I mean, it was more likely for it to be the hook shot or the mirror, but you gotta ride those odds.
No, I thought it was going to be the mitts, but there you go.
So yeah, now we're definitely not going to see flipper checks into Zora. We're going to be seeing that mountain.
Yep. So congratulations to all those that chose hook mirror, which is interesting because we're still 2 items from go mode now, but very good chance that we find at least the mitts up here. It's going to be interesting where that hook shot is.
Yeah, if we find the hook shot, then the mitts are probably in swamp. That's what you got to be thinking at that point.
Yeah. I mean, the hook shot could be anywhere. Now that they have the mirror, hook shot could even be in GT, depending on the ice.
If we find the flippers here, that would be kind of the most insulting, because then it could be in swamp.
Yeah. Oh, there's the hook shot.
Nice.
So they need need a sword for the hook shot there.
Luckily, even though they know where the sword is, until the cape shows up, that isn't the logical progression. If the cape does show up, then they're going to be a little bit you have to start thinking, okay, do I look for another sword somewhere else, or do I just go for the one where I know it is, even though it's going to take me 5 minutes?
No, I mean, there's 4 swords in the game, so it's very likely that we're going to find one here up on the mountain.
Yeah, I mean, you do the mountain first, obviously.
So there's not going to be a hook shot hunt. We're looking for a sword. We're looking for the mitts. That's really what we're looking for.
Just a little side note about Gammachuu dipping into Tower of Terror there. Only opened the first chest, or not even opened a chest, but only did the first item check. Since it wasn't the big key, there's no need to check the other chest in the main room, because it has to contain either the big key or the small key at that point. Otherwise, you might consider checking that chest as well, but in that situation, it couldn't be anything other than a key, which Gammachuu is not at this moment very interested in. There's the flippers.
Flippers.
So that opens up swamp, which is not what you want to see in this situation. The seed has stopped playing nice at this point.
Oh,
the
there's
mitts. Okay, maybe not. Maybe the seed is nice.
Yeah, so now you just do the... No, where's he going? Why doesn't he do the... Why didn't he do the Dark World? Dark Death Mountain.
Oh, if he flutes away here...
So, okay, so he knows where the hook shot is. So
yeah, that's
true. He can clear out ice. He can clear out mire. He just needs a sword. That's what he knows. And a sword can even be in GT. So at this point...
Yep, he's checking mire first.
Gosh,
nope,
what is he doing? What is he doing?
Zora.
He's getting money. He's getting a potion. Yeah, this makes sense. Either dungeon, a potion is nice.
Yeah, and that's definitely one of those moments, right, where everything's playing really, really linearly, and all of a sudden you've got a couple of really important decisions to make. Like, okay, I got the flippers. That puts a whole bunch of stuff in logic, some stuff I don't want to see. And then you get the mitts, which is one of the items that's super, super important for you. And that opens up even more. And just getting those in quick succession can make it really hard to make that snap decision on what is the best play. And it's definitely better to take a couple extra moments maybe waste a little bit of time over making a poor decision and committing to it. If you catch yourself making something and then you realize there's a better decision, sometimes it's better to change your mind.
I like the play of Ice over Meyer first.
Oh, for sure.
He's going to be able to check pretty much everything on the way to Cold Stare anyways.
Yeah, there is a possibility that it's logically locked by the hook shot, I believe. But obviously that logic does not apply to Ice Palace these days.
Okay, so we do know a thing that puts a wrinkle in everything is we do know where one of the swords are, which is Lumberjack. So there's 2 swords up there.
Breve is finding out the location of that hook shot.
First time I played the game and found a hook shot in an area that can be read by the book was really confusing. I didn't know what boing 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 means. That's a reference to the vanilla game.
So in a second here, I'm wondering if we're going to see Breve do the rest of that Dark Death Mountain.
Yeah. Yeah, because if there's a sword in Super Bunny Cave, then you legit get to finish everything.
Yeah, and I really would have... I mean, maybe the value of Dark Death Mountain isn't quite as high when you can't do Hookshot Cave. You can only get 1 check in there. But, yeah, I don't know.
Alright, so Gamma's going to skip out on Ice Tea Room. There's a possibility the 3rd item is just on Cold Stare, though, so...
Right, I kind of do like this. It's a gamble, but given how many things suddenly became available, I think that's it's a decent corner to cut.
Yeah, I think doing Ice Tea Room here would be a little too slow.
Of course, if it is a major important item, then you know it's really bad to have to go back for it. But I think the likelihood that that's not going to be the case is good enough here. It doesn't quite get the most out of that fire off.
Yeah, try to swipe at the puff with the fighter sword. That's not going to work.
Still on green mail too, so it's better to get hit by those icicles at this point. So yeah, cleans it up safely. Ooh.
So there's an item there. I'm curious to see if he does the water checks here really quick, because he could just mirror. He's going to mirror one way or another.
I mean,
just jump into the water, do Waterfall Fairy, and maybe Zora area, see if there's a sword there. I feel like that's a safe play, but he might just be thinking GT at this point.
Yeah, it's either this or go straight to Meyer, right? Okay, it looks like he's going to Meyer. I like this too. It's your last crystal, you know.
Yeah, and he's gonna do this. It's just, you know, he's on a sword hunt, so.
Well, you do need a sword, and you know where one is. So if worst comes to worst, you know.
The problem with that though is you need either a sword or a cape for that. Oh, there it is.
There it is. Okay, perfect.
Should have done Meyer first, Gamma. Told you.
I mean, all told, I mean, that's one of the things, you know, he did clean up that Cold Stare fight.
Yeah.
For a lot of runners, you know, equipment can make the difference between whether or not they're able to reliably defeat a boss. And if you know you can reliably defeat Cold Stare with just the fighter sword, you know, it sort of opens up your options, like where you don't really have a wrong decision. You know, maybe you lose a little bit of time, but it's nothing compared to you know, what you might lose if you're not prepared. So we still need to see that hook shot.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's on top of the mountain though, so that's,
yeah,
you know where the hook shot is.
Oh, right. We know where the hook shot is, right? I kind of forgot that we had found it
Yeah.
because nobody has it yet.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, that's all we need. We're going to be seeing that Master Sword Silverless, but I don't think either of these runners are too afraid of Master Sword Silverless.
Yeah, you don't enter this tournament or you qualify for this tournament without being comfortable with.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not afraid of Master Sword Silverless.
I don't
at least
like
not
it.
unless I've made some questionable skips, and I'm worried my opponent doesn't have to do it. But in this case, having seen that sword, you're gonna know that it's like, yeah, once you find that Master Sword, it's like, yeah, nobody's getting another sword here. There's a possibility that the other sword that's out in the wild shows up somewhere for one of the runners, but you've got to think that your opponent is also going to just gun it straight for the end after that Master Sword shows up.
So pretty much a Godmire getting the big key on the bridge there. Okay, I'm having a little bit of trouble here putting this block down. I don't know what's going on there. Nice icebreaker from Breve. And this is Gamma's race to lose at this point. Breve just following in Gamma's shoes here. Gonna need Gamma to make a mistake, like a death to Vidi or some sort of mistake that allows him to catch up here. Yeah,
really, it was kind of sealed as soon as Gamma did end up finding that sword, because after the mitts show up, what Breve would have needed to sort of close the gap would have been for one of the items to be in a location that's going to burn a lot of Gamma's time, and then manage to get to it first.
Yeah.
But the way it was played out, you play the safe game, you just go for the dungeons you can clear. That's kind of leads you right to it.
Oh boy.
So you don't really have any options.
Man, Gamma cutting it close there a couple times.
Yeah, still on that green mail. Yeah, well, you're not going to be seeing any of the mail upgrades.
Yeah,
so,
he's not only going to be on green
This
mail.
is a dangerous boss. One of those that really, really hurt if you get hit. I'm pretty sure any attack would have taken 3 hearts off.
Yeah, the lightning would have killed him there. It was close too.
Sometimes you just have to read the lines of the Matrix. I mean, you know where that lightning's going to go. You got to trust in yourself. Hold the line. The number of times I've dodged straight into an attack I was sure was going to hit me somewhere else.
Gamma really does not want to do Master Sword.
I think this is a fair play. Just because if there's another sword here, it'll take it. Maybe grab a fairy.
Picking up the net there.
It's the best anti-bug, anti-wizard item.
I'm gonna have to give him some grief for that one. All right, we are playing a GT Big Key, GT Big Key guessing game here. 22 checks in GT where the big key could be. So get your numbers in. We've got the bot going already. So take a guess. Do some prediction there. Just try to win some channel points and see what you can get. No, he should not have picked up the bug right there. I'm going to shame him for that.
Oh, maybe he shouldn't have, but I respect it. It's an important item to have. What if Aghanim disarms him? What is he going to do then? He's got to use the net.
No. All right, so hook shot for Gamma. Let's go into the dark world.
I mean, to be fair,
I respect. I respect what Breve is doing.
I don't think. Oh yeah, man. It's a way to refill up on your arrows.
And bombs, and makes the fight with Vidi a little bit nicer too.
Yeah.
Could just bomb away. Because right now he's still on fighter sword. So.
But to sort of go back to Gamma picking up that bug catching net, I can't think of a real reason that Gamma would feel terribly behind here.
No,
everything works super nicely for him. If you're comfortable in how fast you can play the game, you know, thinking, you know, is there a possible route that gets all of this stuff faster? You know, really there isn't.
Yeah, he's really looking for that sword, another sword here.
And you know, if it's on the way, you're really grateful to pick that up, because Master Sword Silverless versus Tempered Sword Silverless is a big deal.
This tells me he doesn't feel behind.
And
oh
there
my
it
gosh.
is.
And he
That's
gets
exactly what
out.
he needed.
Unbelievable, this guy here.
You know, I really do like it, because, you know, because it's not so far out of the way that it doesn't make sense to take a peek, you know. It's maybe a little disrespectful to Brev to not assume that it could cost him the lead.
No, there's no. I don't think it's disrespectful. He's just, and I'm just giving him grief.
Gammachoo's not a disrespectful runner. I can't imagine him being disrespectful.
I'm just giving him crap because he's my teammate and he picked up the bug net. So
he needs all of the items with sticks, you know. Now he's got the full set, you know.
And the fact that he gets bailed out with another sword right there is just. Okay, so here's the thing that's funny. You know, I gave him grief for not doing Super Bunny Cave. Both of them actually didn't do Super Bunny Cave, which had a sword in it.
Yeah, they could have not had to look for it.
Yeah, which means they might not get that sword out of Mire Shed. So it actually worked out really well for them, or at least for Gamma here. All right.
Yeah, I mean, even then, Mire Shed, for what Gamma's been doing, I wouldn't have been surprised if Gamma had checked Mire Shed too.
For sure, for sure. Did we stop the game?
Oh, I didn't get my fake points.
All right, 23 points. We got number 2, number 3. It looks like he'd be doing Dark Magician. Number 4. And number 5. Did he do Hope Room?
He did not. Or maybe he did, actually. No.
Oh, he did.
Never mind.
Okay, I missed that.
I wasn't watching.
So that's 7. All right, 8 checks through. Still no check. Or still no big key yet.
So it looks like with this routing that our prediction is going to come true after, or it's going to be decided after the second chest in Rando Room. That's going to be 10 and 11 are the first 2 chests in there. So that's 9.
If it's not in Rando Room, I wouldn't be surprised to see a mirror out of there.
Yeah, probably not. It's...
Green potion's nice, and he does mirror out of random room. So he's gonna do compass room, and then not there, just head full right.
Yeah, I mean, you could continue through to the you know, to Ice Armos there. Going this way kind of, you know, it shoots you in the foot a little bit if it is on Ice Armos, but obviously if it's not, it's kind of better.
Yeah.
You know, obviously if it's where you look first, that's better than if it's where you look later.
Exactly.
But you know, it is 4 checks that are relatively quick. The 4 checks are a little slower than Bob's chest. You could get to Bob's chest from Random Room a little faster than it takes you to mirror and get back to these. But all in all, it's not that far from this to the end anyway. So it's kind of a toss-up, really.
Yeah.
So just got to do it all fast.
It's either going to be Bob's chest, Ice Armos, or Tower.
Yeah, it's going to be in Tile Room. Like everybody should check third anyway. You know.
Yeah. And he's got Kate. Just use your cane, Gamma. Come on.
Just use the
right,
use that swag bomb jump.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Getting bullied here a bit. Brev making his way up, can pick up his hook shot, and we'll be in GT here soon.
Definitely. You know, if Brev commits full right, this could Gamma's been wasting a lot of time here. And to be fair, that is one of the trickier rooms.
Yeah, it's one of those rooms you just don't practice a lot.
Right, because a lot of routes never see it. A lot of people like to go right and then go left, or do skeleton room.
Or you just
left.
use your cane of Burna like a normal person would do.
You just gotta save that magic.
Hook shot for Brev.
Oh, there it is. He should have kept going, but
Yeah, that's what he gets for running that jank route there. All right, so that was number 17.
No, I think it had to be. Was it
18.
17?
That was 18. That's 18.
Yeah, 18. There's 19, 20, 21, and 22. Yeah.
So congratulations to Horace Finn, who was the first runner, or first to guess 18.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I lost all of my channel points on that too.
Nice.
I had faith in Gamma to find it early, but apparently Gamma was not interested in helping me.
All right, let's see if he actually stops to get a refill here, because 3.5 hearts.
He might. He did grab that bug catching net.
Yeah, 3.5 hearts is not an easy climb to do with.
I think he looked away there, thought he made it to the door. Ended up pushing against the wall there for just a second.
No, he's going for it. He
He's
does have the
skipping it.
blue.
He's brave. Brave boy.
He's got the blue potion, so. And gets rewarded with it. This guy, I tell you.
Was that from the Stalfos, or was that from the?
I missed it, but he got both full magic refill and a fairy. Unbelievable. Unfortunately for Brev, not going into Super Bunny Cave, not getting that.
No, you know what? I'm gonna ask if that was intentional. Because it's possible that he remembered from Thieves Town what prize pack those guys are in.
No way. No way he remembered. This guy.
I do like to give the runners as much credit as I can. It's just more fun to imagine that.
It's hard when you're running. It's hard to remember prize packs. It's one thing to do like stun prizes maybe, but prize packs that's pretty tough to remember while you're running. Does it get the one cycle with the left landmo jumping left right away, so cleans it up nicely. Just straight execution from here. Can't really ask him for much more, honestly. He's not going to really open. He's not going to open any more chests now. The only thing that he could get, I guess, would be half magic. But at this point, it's
you could get more bottles with blue potion inside of them.
Yeah, I suppose. He's got a green,
maybe
though,
get the sticky shoes to keep him from falling off those ledges.
Yeah, it might help.
The second one was intentional.
Yeah, that first one was just bad execution.
Nice presence of mind to pull out the lamp. And strategically dropping those bombs to lose some weight, make Link run a little bit faster.
I mean, it's a strat to get to powder faster to drop your bombs, but with quick swap it doesn't really matter, and he doesn't have powder, so.
Unfortunately, so it looks. I did see Brev going right side earlier. Looks like we did see that right side abortion into rando room route here. So unfortunately, Brev's going to be finding that key a little late too.
Yeah, at this point, again, this is Gamma's race to lose. It would take.
Yeah, especially since Brev didn't pick up that. Brev didn't pick up the tempered sword. This is very handily in Gammachoo's hand here.
I think that was a double for the first one.
That was a double, yeah. Ooh, that was a double two. Despite
Was
the
it?
blue
That was
balls.
close. Yeah.
I think if they hit on the same frame, it's just one, right?
Yeah.
If
I
they're
couldn't
too
tell
close
that
together.
Yeah. So that second one
Okay,
was,
yeah, so
even
that
though he
second
hit
one
two,
was
it was only a single. Yeah. Cleans it up nicely there. Breve about to get his big key. We'll be making his climb soon.
Yeah, a 4-cycle Aga2 isn't excellent, but it's definitely good. You know, that's you don't complain about 4 cycles. Excellent would be 3 or less. 2 is the minimum, obviously. If you somehow manage to get 2 triples.
But you need I need a little bit of luck there, for him not to shoot one of the blue balls there.
Yeah, so no complaining about 4. Very nice Aga2 fight.
All right, Ganon fight. Here we go.
And Gamma forgot the food again. You know, never picked up that mushroom.
Set nicely to get a 1-1 here.
Yep. As Breve begins the climb. Gotta watch out. Didn't actually use that net to put a fairy in a bottle here, so.
Yeah. Not too many warps from Ganon. What you'd like to see.
Yeah, just I think 1 extra.
Doesn't get the spin. We get torch glitch here. Now we just got full spins. And he can even take a shot from the bat if he has to, but setting up for some triples with the fire rod. This is a tough one. Does get it.
Yeah, the silverless fight is really it's much more difficult than it looks. Once you get the hang of it, it's not impossibly difficult, but it definitely looks much simpler than it is. There's a lot of practice that goes into what Gammachuu did there. That was very, very clean.
Get your GGs in chat for Gamma as he gets ready to cross the bridge and finish this seed with a really fast time.
That's incredible.
He
That's
does finish
1:15.26.
Yeah, 1:15.26. Nicely done by Gammachuu. Will advance to the next round. Play the winner of the Illust Scoopel match with Illust up 1 game there. See if we can get Gamma in here to chat about this this race in this series. We are joined by the winner of the race, Mr. Popular himself, Gammachuu. How you doing, bud?
It's a tough question. I might be having some mic issues here. I think he's just being a little bashful.
Yeah, he might just be being a diva. Just making us wait.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, there he is.
Hi.
GG's, dude. What's up?
Yo, GG's.
So let me ask you a couple questions. The bug net, really?
I was in Master Sword, and if I found another bottle, I was probably gonna end up placing a fairy in there. So you don't know. You don't know.
If you're gonna check Mire Shed, or not, excuse me, not Mire Shed, Super Bunny Cave on the way back up to GT, why not check it the first time you're there?
No, why would I waste time going up to Dark Dust Mountain when I know I'm already in Gomon at that point? I didn't want to waste time going into
You're
the
still
Dark
looking for a
Dust Mountain.
sword.
Well,
You're still looking for a sword.
I was obviously at that point. I'm just gonna gamble GT or maybe one of the few off-world, overworld checks.
But you did it on the way to GT with a Master Sword.
Oh, but because I was on my way to GT at that point, I didn't want to waste time, going from Paradox to top of TR, and then going to Super Bunny and hookshot KO. I'm like, no, I'll just do it after. That's fine. I had a bottle, so I felt okay with doing Cold Stare, and Vidi with Spider Sword.
Easy C though, huh?
Yeah, I mean the C was pretty free. It seemed pretty free. Just no, well, everything, yeah, was pretty free. Very nice seed overall.
Yeah, it's hard to figure out exactly where Brev lost time. You did Kakariko first, he didn't, and so you had the flute, you know, for about 5 or 6 minutes earlier than he did, which helped. But he's just kind of been following in your path. He did like small things like pyramid before going into pod, things that lost him a bit of time. So.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't normally do hype cape early on, but because I had the bow and I didn't even know what the pendant for in the dark world, I just figured I'd just go from there. Hype to pod, and then I saw both Pope dungeons were red crystal, so I was just gonna combo in Pyramid Fairy, Pyramid Ledge together in one go after doing a full swoop in the dark world. Early boots, I like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really a pretty straightforward seed until a little bit the mid game. It was a little head scratchy until that mirror showed up.
Yeah, I was a bit worried about that because I knew at that point when I was, I think possibly mitts and hookshot for Goma, I just thought, okay, well, I hope I get hookshot before mitts. Then I got
Were you
mirror.
worried when you found the mirror first?
Yeah, because I didn't know, does Brev know how to hover? Because I was a bit worried. Because at that point, I just figured, okay, I'm going to find mitts, and I'm probably going to gamble DT having a hookshot.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he does.
No, but luckily I found the hookshot before mitts, so it's just a matter of time before I found a sword. Or cape, because I saw the other sword in...
yeah, we kind of debated when and if you do Aga in this seed. I did predict you finishing in... With tempered though, when we saw that sword, I figured that might be the gold sword, and ended up being Gammachuu. So Breve actually has a little bit tougher of a fight here, having to do it with Master Sword. He didn't do Super Bunny because I don't know why you would do Super Bunny when you skipped it the first time when you already have a Master Sword, but or do something like pick up Bug Net.
I mean, it's a nice safety.
Here's another question. No, did you know the Stalfos were in the price pack that they were? Is that why you skipped the safety room before doing the climb, or did you just get lucky there?
Of course, I know. I already did the price pack check when I was doing DM room. I saw, okay, my next drop's gonna be a fairy, and yeah, I already had that in my head. I just got lucky with that fairy drop.
When Brev unfortunately takes a death to Ganon there. It wasn't so lucky. Didn't find that bug catching at. Wasn't able to get that fairy.
The Master Sword was same as the Marshed.
Yeah, I got yeah. You both ended up skipping Super Bunny the first time.
But man, thank goodness Cape didn't show up, right?
That would have been a nice safety item.
Well, right, but then you might have been thinking, you know, well, maybe both of the other swords are somehow locked behind something else.
Yeah.
And you have to go do Aga 1.
Gamma, is it time to load up the practice hack and practice the right side of a GT a little bit more?
I screwed that up pretty bad.
Oh, did you?
I don't normally get to do that. I seen Shireen do that strat before, and it seemed pretty cool because it's a nice strat to know in case you don't have the, what do you call it, the cape or the blue cane. So I figured, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and practice it here. And
going ahead and practicing it in the tournament race. I mean, okay,
with the blue cane.
Yes,
it was game 2, up 1. You know, had a game to throw away, I guess.
No, not like that. I mean, I'm not one to normally do practicing, you know, on a practice hack. If it's something like that, I'm just gonna go with it. Like, I'll just do it right now, because I'm not gonna load up a practice hack just to learn that. Just laziness, really.
I can relate to that.
Brev having a little bit of trouble with Gannon here.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's rough. I mean, the Master Sword is not only is it twice as long in the last phase, but the first two phases, you know, you have to be so much more on point to do it fast.
Yeah,
And,
and it looks like he is going to forfeit here, so do not blame him one bit. It's not a fun fight to do.
It's a good practice, but you know, this now is not necessarily always the time for that. You know, at this point, you've done Master Sword Solos enough times. Like, you know you're capable. You know, may as well turn it in and join us here for an interview. So yeah, GG's Brev.
Hey, thanks. Yeah, good game, Gamma.
Yo, GG's, bro.
So, unfortunate end to the series for you. Thoughts on the seed overall?
I mean, didn't have to think too much. It's nice. I mean,
Yeah.
It's it, but I didn't think there was like much. Yeah, I had much hope against Gamma on a seed like that. Like, as long as you went to Pod first in Dark World, everything else was pretty much laid out. And yeah, but it was quite fun. I don't know. I was kind of shook ever since I almost died trying to get rupees in Eastern. And then, like, just, yeah, first of many almost deaths. And yeah, like I saw Gamma had finished at the end, and yeah, wasn't really feeling it too much. So yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, don't blame you there. Yeah, your routes were very, very similar. The main difference, I think, was the opening. You went right to Eastern, and Gamma went to CAC. And then there was just a couple extra checks maybe you did here or there that, like, you did the pyramid before Pod. He did pyramid when
I
he
was
checked
actually
pyramid.
really worried about that. Sorry
Yeah.
to speak over you. Just I like went to pyramid and then got into Pod and was like, this is the second red crystal. Why did I check pyramid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you literally were just following Gamma the entire time because the seed was pretty linear at that point. Once you get the mirror, then you kind of go up to the mountain, you get your mitts, and then you're kind of in go mode looking for that sword. So
Yeah, the hook shot was kind of funny. It's like, yeah. I mean, like, I watched back our game from the other day, and it seemed like we did pretty similar things as well. I didn't really like try to play any differently this time either, but like there just wasn't really that much else you could do.
Yeah.
Like, crazy stuff.
Yeah, this seed was pretty linear. Brev, I was curious. Do you know how to hover? Because I was worried about that in case hookshot wasn't trolley spot.
No, I definitely don't know how to hover events. Yeah, but I mean, like, I saw the good earlier, and then it was just like, where's the sword's going to be? And I probably should have like checked Hookshot Cave or something at least in case I could have got Tempered Sword, but I could see the one on Lumberjack, and I was like, I'm going to open a bunch of chests in GT. It's pretty unlikely that the last one will just be in Hookshot Cave.
yeah, ended up being in Super Bunny Cave.
Oh my god, did I not check? Oh no, because I went over the top, the TR portal. Oh, that's so dumb. Oh well.
So unfortunate loss, but your tournament will continue. You'll fight race against the I guess the loser between Illis and Scruple. Gamma, you gonna call out who you want to face next round?
I'm good to race either of them. They're pretty good runners overall.
Who can you beat? Who's the one that you
beat?
can beat?
I don't know. It's a coin toss with every rando race, right? I can't really say. I know Ellis is really good.
You got to say something mean here. You know,
All right.
Can't be the face all the
All
time.
right, well, okay, I could beat Fear, that's for sure. The dude's usually pretty easy for him.
I think the last few races, I think I've beaten you. So
let's not bring that up.
I don't
Let's
know.
not bring that up. I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah.
Any last thoughts from either of you as we close this one out?
No, just I'll also say Ellis and Scruple are both very good. So
yeah, y'all have yeah. This is a tough bracket. I'm not gonna lie. That when I saw this one, I was like, glad I'm not in that group because that's a tough group. There's no easy.
I saw it. So yeah, hopefully I got some good games and thanks for restreaming, tracking commentary, and everyone for watching.
Yeah, echoing what Reb just said right there. Thanks for the restream commentary and tracking. Super appreciate it. And GG's again on the race, Reb. Good luck.
Cheers, Gamma. Good luck for you too. See ya.
Shout outs to our runners. Make sure you give them a follow. We'll put their channels in the chat there. Esmar, thanks for doing comms today. That was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah,
Really fun
likewise.
race to commentate. Shout outs to our tracker, Sorcerer Finch, keeping track for us. It's a tough job, and I can't do it, so appreciate all the ones that can. Big shout outs to them. And I just want to say thank you all for watching. Esmar, I'll give you the last words.
Yeah, I think we do have on SpeedGaming 2. There's another match going on right now. If my information here is correct, it's between Frostbite 3030 versus Will WC. It should be in progress. So if you feel so inclined, you can go and check that one out. But yeah, I think that'll do it for me. So see you all on the other side.
Bye, everyone.